Subscribe to our YouTube channel and press the bell icon to get the latest updates.
Hi, I'm Dr. Sanjeev P. Sahni presenting to you a new episode of JIBS Infotainment. Today we will be discussing persuasion and its different aspects. What is persuasion? Persuasion is a method of changing a person's cognitions, feelings, behaviors or general evaluations, which means attitudes, towards some object, issue or person. Persuasive communication is readily used by advertisers, salespeople, politicians, ministers, lawyers and people in everyday situations to produce change in others. In democratic societies, persuasion has replaced coercion as the primary means of influence. Robert Cialdini has been the go-to psychology expert in the marketing since his best-selling book, Influence: The Psychology of Persuasion, was first published in 1984. According to Dr. Cialdini, anybody can use the 6 universal principles of persuasion to be successful without being manipulative. Very small changes in the way we communicate can produce big differences because those small changes harness powerful psychological motivations inside us. The first is reciprocation. The idea that in all human societies we are trained from childhood that we must give back to those who have given to us first. There was a study done in the candy store in which half of the visitors were greeted by the manager who gave them a gift piece of chocolate upon entry. They were 42% more likely to buy chocolates. It was not that they learned that the chocolate there was good. It's that they had been given something and they felt an obligation to give back. The second principle is the principle of liking. No one will be surprised to know that we prefer to say yes to those we like. That's not a surprise, but the research suggests that there is a small thing we can do to get people to like us more. For example, waiters in a restaurant. After the order is taken, if they say to a customer, "Good choice," their tip goes up 13%. In a hair salon, if the stylist says, "Oh, that hairstyle looks great on you," her tip goes up to 37%. So simply giving genuine compliments where they are warranted can be successful for all concerned. Another principle is the principle of what we call social proof. The idea that one way we can make good decisions is to see what those around us, like us, are doing in that situation. There was a study done in Beijing, China. What they did was to go to a restaurant and put on the menu a little asterisk next to certain dishes. Purchasing those dishes immediately jumped by 13 to 20%. Now, what did the asterisk stand for? It did not say this is the chef's special for tonight or this is the specialty of the house. It said this is one of our most popular items and it immediately became more popular. Another principle is the principle of authority. We prefer to say yes to people who can give us evidence that experts on a topic have recommended this. For example, in one study that Dr. Cialdini did in hospitals with stroke patients who were sent home with exercise regimes, they were 30% more likely to live up to those exercise regimes if the person who gave them had his credentials and diplomas on the wall when he did so. So, people were more likely to follow the recommendations because we typically are safe in following the lead of legitimate authorities. The fifth principle is the principle of scarcity. People want more, those things they can have less of. So, there was one study in supermarkets that showed that all the promotions that they did for the various brands on their stores, the one that outdistanced all the others by double was one that said only X number of items per customers. And then the final principle is commitment and consistency. People like to be consistent with the things they have previously said or done. Consistency is activated by looking for small initial commitments that can be made. For example, one recent study reduced missed appointments at health centers by 18% simply by asking the patients rather than the staff to write down appointment details on the future appointment card. So, when seeking to influence using the consistency principle, the detective of influence looks for voluntary, active and public commitments and ideally gets those commitments in writing. That's it in this video. Stay tuned to our channel for more informative content. Thank you.